What is up, my Fit LV mamas? This is going to be a pretty short video on how to check for a diastasis recti or a diastasis recti, however you want to say it. First, I want to say that 100% of women that get to the third trimester do experience diastasis to some degree. Why? Because your abdomen has to separate to make room for a baby. So if you have been told you have a diastasis, or if you think you have a diastasis, you are not broken. Your body is not ruined. It is very common. 100% of women have a diastasis if they made it to the third trimester. Now, 1 in 3 women, their diastasis does not return to normal. That separation remains. And so I want to show you how to check for a diastasis and then give you some breathing techniques and cues and things to focus on if you do have one still postpartum. So here we go. So lying flat on your back, one hand behind your head, the other hand on your abdomen, you're leaning up slightly to create some tension. First, I'm searching for the width. How many fingers can I fit in between? 1 to 2 fingers is pretty normal and common. 3, 4, and 5 fingers is common, but not necessarily normal. And then secondly, I'm going to be feeling for the depth. So is it firm? And is my fascia offering some resistance, or is it really squishy? So you can kind of see my fingers sinking down in there. It's kind of squishy. So you're going to be feeling for the width and the depth. So how many fingers can you fit in? And then how far down can you sink your fingers in? So after you've done that check, you have searched to see how many fingers wide you can fit and then how far down. I want you to try to do some different breathing things. So if you take a big diaphragmatic breath and you go, and you imagine those fingers coming together, and then you do that slight lean up, does the tissue change at all? Is it more responsive? I know that when I take that big, full belly breath, expand in the rib cage, exhale everything out, and I breathe until my abs kick on, I'm going to get a more responsive fascia, that tissue in between your abdominal walls, versus if I just kind of sit up with no breath. So see how your breath changes how your abs and that fascia responds. A lot of times we can manage our diastasis with our pressure and our breath. And so while I have a degree of diastasis still, and I'm 3 years postpartum from my youngest, I can control what my abs are doing during exercise and the response based on my breathing and my awareness of what my core is doing. And so anytime you approach a core exercise, I want you to think about your breath, and are you pressuring out into that diastasis? If you picture your abs, is your breath channeling through and out and trying to like split it out? Or are you breathing and bringing those ribs and your abs in and down? So that's what I want you to think about. Please, after you do this check, let me know what you find and how I can help.